close to the scalp.
Yeah, oh yeah. Where's my phone? Oh
Ow.
no! Oh no! It's all falling apart. The hubris of man.
Awkward Mafia.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to another episode of Awkward Mafia Show. I'm Jesse.
I'm Anthony.
And boy, has there been some announcements lately.
Yeah.
They're bringing back Parappa the Rappa, kind of.
Yeah, there's the HD remake of it, right? It actually is really nice. And
it does.
It's funny because I was like, I wonder how the audio sounds, but it sounds perfect. But they also did have the studio recordings originally anyways. They were smart for doing that to be able to bring it back.
But least importantly, there was Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite announced.
Least importantly. Yeah, okay.
So that's what we're going to talk about today.
Right.
Because that's what the general public cares more about.
I mean, I probably, yeah.
Okay, jokes aside. I am actually very excited for this new Marvel vs. Capcom game.
Yeah.
I was sure never going to happen again, or at least not for a while.
It was funny too because of all the rumors going around, like it's happening, and then Capcom's like, it's not happening, it's not. There's no Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Nitsuma came out and said, and he's like, if there was, I'd be working on it, but like, I guess it's not 4. It's infinite.
It's infinite, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in a little bit. First, I just want to go over our first thoughts of seeing the technically three trailers.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think so far?
So far, I'm interested. I really can't judge it much more based on after playing it, but looking at it so far, it seems alright. It seems interesting. It seems like its own game. People won't like that. People will like that.
Yeah.
Realistically, people are going to have to get their hands on it. But
yes.
For now, I'm hopeful. And from what I've seen so far, I think it'll be pretty cool.
I am interested that it's back to 2 fighters and they're bringing back the Infinity Gems.
Yeah.
Because the Infinity Gems were from the first Marvel Heroes, not the first game.
Yeah, so the first one was X-Men Children of the Atom, and then Marvel Superheroes came out.
Yeah. And then X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and then Marvel Heroes vs. Street Fighter, and then Marvel's Capcom as we know it. But the second game included the Infinity Gems as a gameplay mechanic.
Yeah.
And that one had you pick one character, right? It wasn't until Marvel that you had 2, or could you pick 2 in Street Fighter?
In X-Men vs. Street Fighter, you could pick 2.
Okay, yeah. So when the Versus happened, you could pick 2 characters. And we're back to that. We're back to 2, which I'm actually pretty happy about, because 3 always felt like an awkward number to me. In fighting games, it makes sense, but in the crossover with 2 franchises, my OCD just didn't like it. I'm like, I can't have a perfect both-side team, you know?
Yeah.
It's always going to be lopsided, or just all one thing.
Well, I think they probably went to 3 just because in Marvel's Capcom, they had the assist character.
Yeah.
So it's
the assist/gem feature evolved into a third player, which, again, totally makes sense. I was just never fully on board with that. So now let's talk about what we know. What we know for a fact. So we know that you pick 2 characters and you pick a stone.
Yes.
At the beginning.
Wait, do you pick a stone? I actually don't know that.
Yeah. They said that instead of having a third character or assist, you pick one of the 6 Infinity Stones.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if that was the case, or if like you picked each character and then you gave each character a stone, unlocking new things, or if a character was specific to a stone, because as we saw, Ryu had power, and Captain Marvel had time.
Yeah, but no. It's they said they said that you're getting rid of the tag feature. Technically, it's more of a freeform thing where you just switch between the 2 characters.
Oh, so you can't tag at all? You can't like raw tag?
I don't think so. I think it's just straight up. Now I'm Ryu. Hit a button. Now I'm this other character.
Okay, so it's got like quick shift, like from King of Fighters 11.
Yeah, I think it's like that. And then you, instead of X Factor or Rage Mode or whatever, you have a gem that you can activate.
Okay.
That gives you, depending on which one you pick, is like a different groove, they said.
Yeah.
For your characters. So just for the people who don't know, can you explain real quickly what the groove system stuff is?
Okay, so in the groove system, when people talk about that, they originally talk about Capcom versus SNK, and then mostly Capcom versus SNK too, because Capcom versus SNK had 2 grooves. There was Capcom, and then there was SNK. Capcom had a lot more of your Capcom style. You could roll, you could dash, you could jump, and you had 3 super meters. You could do levels 1, 2, or 3. While SNK was more like King of Fighters 94, 95, 96 style. You had a bar that you could charge when your life was low. You could have super attacks. You ran instead of dashed. You have short hops. And in CVS 2, you had 6, and not including the 2 EX where you can do whatever you want. C Groove, which was more like a Street Fighter Alpha style. You had the 3 meters. You had the dash. You had alpha counters. A Groove, which was also still kind of like Alpha 3. V Groove, where you have custom combos. You can only do level 1 supers. At the end of your custom combo, you could do a level 1 super. You also had Alpha Counter. And then P Groove, which was more like your third strike. You only had 1 bar, but you could do level 3s. You could parry. And then, of course, S Groove was much like the SNK Groove in the beginning. You sidestepped rather than rolled. You could charge it. Low health gives you super meter. N Groove was like 98 and 97, where you had 3 stocks. You can activate it in order to do a little bit more damage. You had guard canceling. And then the K Groove, which was much like, what's it called? Samurai Showdown. You had a rage meter. Once it filled up, you did more damage. And then you had access to 1 super, but it ran out. And you also had Just Defend from Garo Mark of the Wolves, which is actually coming out on PS4 as well.
So basically, to summarize, it's basically you choose what tools you have to work with.
Yeah, so essentially, not only does it affect your meter, but it also affects the game system mechanics. So like, imagine like a Marvel game where it's like, this one you can air dash, this one you can super jump. You know, I'm assuming they won't take that away from most things, but it kind of plays more like a certain style of game. Yeah.
From what I could gather, from what I've seen, doesn't seem like completely like that, even though that's what they said it's mostly like.
Yeah.
To me, it sounds a little bit more like maybe like a V trigger kind of thing.
Kinda. I feel like it's definitely going to be something where like, I see what they're going with the groove system, but it's more like your gameplay is probably not going to change until you activate. And activating might
because you have to activate it. It looks like it's not something that changes how your character is. They said that the one reason they did this is they wanted to be more personal. It's like, for example, if you were to pick a character who's really slow, and you give them the time gem, then that makes them really fast, and they're still as strong as they were. And you pair them up with another guy, and it's like that's a very specific form of that you could take in this game. And they wanted to get rid of the tag stuff because they wanted to be free form and easy to use and blah 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 blah.
I feel like it might end up becoming more of like the Arcana system of Arcana Heart, where it's like you pick any character, and you pick each one, and then you have access to different moves or certain things about like character changes, you know.
So speaking of the stones, still, they, like as we mentioned, they're in the comics. They're known as Infinity Gems.
Yeah. And
they were a big part of Marvel Superheroes fighting game that Capcom made after the Children of the Atom. Very quickly, how did they work in that game?
So they activated kind of like a special meter, and they did different things, but still kind of generic based on the time. You'd have like a little gauge for a meter, and it would kind of drain, power to make you stronger. Sometimes like reality would like just have things float around you and shoot projectiles. I think other ones like regenerated your health or gave you more meter and stuff like that. Other ones made you faster.
But how do you acquire the gems? Because I remember you can knock them out of people.
So you would start with a gem, and then as you fought people, if you hit them really hard or like knocked them down, they would drop a gem and you could get more. So I think as like the levels progressed, you started off with more gems, but so did your opponent, and so you just beat them up and took more. You get them knocked out of you, but you started off with at least one.
Right. So I remember that now. It looks like it's kind of similar to that, where it does give your character a boost based on whatever area the gem or stone represents. But you pick it at the beginning and you have it the whole time, essentially. Whereas when they originally did it, it was like an item, a power up that you can collect. And also, I recall every character had like a unique ability when they got a specific stone. Like,
I think
Spider-Man had power; he could make like shadows of himself or something. He could double himself.
Yeah, sometimes
stuff like that.
It almost was kind of like a Dark Force from Darkstalkers, where like everybody had a unique system, and I feel like that's what's going to kind of be like in this as well. I just don't know how overarching it's going to be, or obviously certain characters are going to be better with certain things, but is it going to work more like if Ryu has the power, he gets this, but if he had something else like, I don't know, space or something, like would he be able to shoot Hadoukens from like different angles from reality?
I don't think they'll go that crazy with it. I think they straight up just want it to be like a boost, kind of like, I hate to say it, but like Cross Tekken, the gem system they had in that, but not as money grubbing. Where it's like there's only 6 stones and you choose them at the beginning, so kind of like Arcana Heart or something like that, where you pick your character and their style.
I wonder if you only activate it once or if it takes a meter.
That's a good question.
Or if you activate it at the beginning.
We have no idea what the HUD looks like or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
We just know that gems are replacing a third character.
Yeah, it's essentially the X Factor, where you can choose what you want and what steps.
You can choose your X Factor.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the X-Men.
Okay.
So, all dating all the way back, it was always Cyclops and Ryu giving thumbs up to each other, or like doing the hand like, yeah, hey, Predator. And then it became kind of like, him and Wolverine, because Cyclops sucks. Cyclops doesn't really suck, but that's what most people,
Anyway. So he had a safe DP that was invincible.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's why he was a great assistant in Marvel too.
Because arguably, X-Men are the most popular Marvel franchise in Japan during the previous games.
Well, yeah, because obviously there was the cartoon.
The cartoon show was huge in Japan.
And then the games just helps solidify it.
Yeah, exactly. They even used the voice actors from that show in the game. And then they came out with Marvel 3, which had Iron Man kind of on it, but they still kept the Wolverine-Ryu rivalry thing going because of tradition. Mm-hmm. So now we see Captain Marvel and Iron Man against Ryu and Mega Man.
Right.
And so people are thinking, does Marvel not want to use X-Men because Fox?
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of people are saying it might be a legal thing, where like they have to give some of the proceeds of this to Fox.
Maybe, I don't know. Because it's always such like, because from what I understand, cinematic Fox has X-Men. Yeah. But like everything else, it feels
I believe everything else is owned by Marvel, and the only reason they don't make X-Men toys is because they don't want to support those movies.
Yeah, but I mean.
But I'm not 100% in the know on that. I thought that's how it worked, but now I'm hearing people say, no, Fox gets like 50% of X-Men merchandising. Some people are theorizing that there will be no X-Men in the start of the game, but maybe through DLC you'll get like Wolverine or something. And Disney lawyers could say, no, that don't count.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's a weird thing. Do you think there will be X-Men in this game at all?
I honestly say that there probably will be. There probably has to be. Especially because, okay, think about it. Everything that started this was X-Men Children of the Atom. Yeah. And because of that, that's like why I would also say Akuma's a top contender to being in the game. Even maybe Cyber Akuma or something like that. Thanos Akuma, he'll have the glove and he'll take all the gems, or he'll wear the gems around his neck like his beads. Or like Oni, he has the balls that fly out with the gems. Yeah. Like Oni, or Infinity Oni.
He has them like in a circle around his symbol on his back.
Yeah, instead of the 10.
When he does the thing, they light up.
Like the constellations almost like, and then they line together.
Yeah.
So, because he was the first crossover character. He was a hidden character in Children of the Atom using his Super Turbo Sprite. And then in X-Men vs. Street Fighter, we got Cyber Akuma because Apocalypse.
Yeah, he made him like
he made him a horseman. Yeah, which was a really cool idea.
Super cool. That's super cool. He looks so goofy, but it's really cool.
But I mean, even then, like, think about it. Children of the Atom, and then Marvel Superheroes, but Marvel Superheroes still had X-Men in it. And then, of course, X-Men vs. Street Fighter.
They've all had X-Men up to this point. Yeah, every single one of them. Even Marvel Heroes had Psylocke and Wolverine.
Yeah.
And Magneto.
Yeah, that's kind of an important one.
And Doctor Doom.
And then X-Men vs. Street Fighter has Rogue, which was one of my favorite characters in that game. Like, I don't really care that much about Rogue outside of it, but in that game, she stole a special move from every character.
That was so cool.
And if she got Akuma, she actually got the Raging Demon. And there's just so much cool stuff with it. And I was so sad when in Marvel 2 she came back and she's like, oh, power up, like speed or like...
Well, that kind of makes sense because like how you can't steal Mega Man's power. You can't steal Iron Man's power.
Well, Mega Man can steal other people's powers. Why couldn't she do it? She could steal his power to steal power.
She needs the touch. That's why she wears gloves. That's a whole other thing. I think we're getting off track. So you think, based on legacy alone, there has to be some X-Men...
I could at least expect to see one Wolverine.
Okay. I've said for like the last 2 years... If they were to make a new Marvel's Capcom, or if they waited till now to make Marvel's Capcom 3, there would be no X-Men in it. Because if you look at their phone games, no X-Men. Not even Deadpool. They put Gwenpool in before Deadpool because they just don't want to deal with that, you know? And so for that reason, I believe, at least in the base game, we will not get anything more than maybe a poster on a background of a level or something.
It'll be like that one stage with the Sentinels in Marvel 3 where it's like everybody's dead or
they'll put that one in.
But Mega Man didn't have anything on it.
Oh, yeah.
What happened to him?
He's in this game, apparently.
Well, this is X. It's not the same.
That's true.
It's very different.
Okay. So I do think the the argument that maybe through DLC we'll get something. I think maybe that
there could be like a loophole or
there
something.
could be a loophole that they
or
could
at least
expose.
From the base game, because
Yeah.
like you'd be like, fine, we'll give them a cut of DLC.
Yeah.
We won't cut them
Base
into
game-
the base game.
Base game, I don't think we're going to any X-Men or Fantastic Four or anything. Nothing Fox owns, I believe, will be in the base game. That's my belief. It's a guess. I'm willing to bet on it though. That's how sure I am of it. But okay, speaking of the cast, so we know that we are going to get Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Captain America from Marvel, and from Capcom we're getting Mega Man X, Ryu, and Morgan. What do you think of those 6 characters so far?
So, I think the cast overall is obviously pretty standard. We're going to have Cap, we're going to have Iron Man. X is pretty cool. X was widely considered, like, he's never been...
X should have been obvious like the rest of them.
Yeah. So, the thing about X is...
Like, Morgan's going to... Oh, and then X, of course, Mega Man.
Yeah, we've had...
That's
we've
where
had
we are.
Mega Man, we've had Walnut,
Mega Man, Walnut, Roll,
Tron.
Zero, and Tron.
But we've never had X.
We've never had X. We've had a costume of X, which, to be fair, X at one point does get like a Zero moveset in the game, so that kind of was close, but it wasn't really X.
No.
Yeah.
And then, but on the Marvel side, well, we have, Iron Man and
Cap, which are duh.
I was really happy to see Captain Marvel shown immediately, because that was a character that I had wanted, like, already be like, oh, sweet, they're going to make the Captain Marvel movie, Carol Danvers is going to be in the game, like, it'd be cool, right? They got to promote it. And then, from the get-go...
Not only is she in the game, she's going to be punching Ryu on the cover.
Yeah, like, I saw that and I'm like, yes, this is what I wanted.
So, I think it was IGN, some network, it might have been PlayStation themselves, did a little interview with the rep from Marvel and the rep from Capcom of America, talking about the game, and they said, yes, it was very important for us to have the character who bears our company's name be prevalent in this game.
Yeah.
She's Captain Marvel. She's Marvel.
Yeah.
So we got to have her in there. And Capcom was saying there's going to be a very strong story element in this game, unlike any before.
Okay, that's cool.
And for them, it was very important that X be the forefront of that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And that when asked about how are you picking characters, they said, well, because of the story element, the characters we pick have to play into that.
Ooh.
So at least for the out of the box, the main on disc characters are gonna be story mode heavy.
That's awesome, actually.
So that alone, I'm like, fine, because we got close with Marvel 3. They said, oh, Wesker teamed up with Doctor Doom and then summoned Galactus, and then it didn't go well.
Yeah.
And then like Marvel's Capcom 1 was like, who's the bad guy in that one? I think
Apocalypse.
It was
it was
Onslaught. Yeah, Onslaught ripped a hole between Capcom and Marvel, and both sides had come together. And then Marvel 2's plot was
Abyss
was doing something, and Ruby Hart was like had to gather both sides together to defeat him.
No,
that was a nothing story.
Abyss was a terrible boss.
Yeah, but now it looks like we're getting a for realsy story. So
yeah,
I still haven't played through the story mode of Street Fighter V.
Right?
Have you?
No.
Do you know if it's good?
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, this will have Marvel will be working on this, so at least the writing.
They'll have like Bendis do
it. You think?
It'll be Bendis and Loeb together.
I got a love-hate thing with Bendis. Like, if he's writing just Spider-Man, I'm like, cool, great, you're in your zone. When you write world-changing stuff or the plot of literally every video game, I'm like, stop, dude. Get someone else to do this. You have so many writers. Why do you keep giving it to Bendis?
Yeah.
All right, cast size. How many characters do you think we're going to get?
It's a 2v2 game. And honestly, even like Marvel superheroes and X-Men versus Street Fighter, like,
they barely broke 20, if any.
Yeah,
that.
like they had low cast counts. Marvel vs. Capcom still was pretty low, and then Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was ridiculous.
56 characters.
Yeah, ridiculous amounts of characters. Sure, you had like 2 Wolverines, but
Yeah.
that's why at least one's got to show up in this one, right?
Yeah.
But
and then Marvel 3, I believe, had 50 characters after Ultimate.
Yeah.
And the DLC.
I could say at least 24, but I want to float around like low to mid 30s. At least from the get-go. I could definitely see DLC being a thing. Capcom loves their DLC. Plus it extends development time. You know, they could throw more in there.
Do you think it'll work like Street Fighter V has been working, where every few months we get a new character, or perhaps in this case 2 characters?
I don't know about that. I feel like it shouldn't. Like
Marvel might not want that.
Maybe it'll do somewhat of an in-between where like we're not going to go straight like Street Fighter Cross Tekken, where we get like 20 characters on the drop. But maybe they'll have packs, you know, it'll be like this pack and that pack. Like this is the Guardians pack. This is the Doctor Strange pack. You know, where like you can maybe get like 4 characters at a time. You know, 2 Capcom, 2 Marvel. You know, something to maybe throw it together.
Well, if it was Marvel Capcom, it'd probably be a space pack.
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. Personally, I kind of hope they do it like Street Fighter V, where they just throw the characters in after a few months.
I don't know,
but because there's no way they're gonna do here's one more Capcom character, and then you gotta wait 2 months for a Marvel character. So it would take like half a year to get 2 more characters, probably. Yeah. Something like crazy like that.
I can't really say.
But 24 is a safe bet, I think, especially if they do expand it. If they're not expanding, if this is all they're getting, I could say expect 42 at least.
Yeah, well, because you got to think about it. They want to represent a lot of the Marvel side. And then you're going to have an equal number of Capcom characters. So honestly, 24 might even can just be the Marvel side. You know, it's like we got to have the Avengers in there, then we got to have some villains in there, and then we got to promote what's coming in the future.
I mean, it's safe to assume every character with a movie or announced movie is going to be in this game.
Yeah, because like obviously Captain Marvel has been announced.
Yeah,
but that movie ain't out yet.
I mean, there's no way Black Panther's not going to be in this.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And you're going to have Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Man's going to be in there.
Doctor Strange for sure. That movie just came out and it went crazy. People love it. Guardians is also like, you got to get probably more than Rocket this time.
So yeah, so I'm wondering, like, for Guardians, are they going to have like Rocket and then are they going to put Star-Lord, or are they going to put Gamora?
I could see 3 characters tops, including Rocket. And maybe like a villain, but I don't think they're going to do Drax or Groot. Yeah. I think if Groot is in it, it'll be through Rocket and the moveset.
I could see that.
Otherwise, but I think Gamora and Star-Lord have a good shot.
I feel like they might go with like Rocket and Gamora, and like while Star-Lord will be probably, you know, he's the top character, top billing, you know, to get more diversity in there.
That's true. Sword fighter.
So where does She-Hulk fall into the legal battle?
Well, Marvel owns her outright.
Okay, so because it's Hulk related, so I'm assuming, you know, while she works with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, it's weird because Marvel totally owns the Hulk, but they don't 100% own Hulk solo movie. Yeah. So Universal co-owns that, so that's why they're able to use Hulk, but only if he's in someone else's movie. I believe She-Hulk might be included in that because she's part of the Hulk universe, but they can still use her whenever they want.
Right.
It's just that Universal gets a piece of the cake from distribution.
Okay.
That's the only thing. All right, so we're moving on to Most Wanted. So, what is our Most Wanted? Who do we really, really, really need to see from both Marvel and Capcom? For me, Capcom's a little trickier because, like, most of the characters I want to see have been already in the Marvel's Capcom games. Like, I need to see Beautiful Joe, but I feel like that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So, going with a character that I think has a chance of not happening, that I really like to see, is probably Captain Commando.
Really?
He was not in 3, and I thought he was a shoo-in.
I didn't think he was a shoo-in for 3, but I mean...
Especially if they're going with the story, I feel like he could play into the story pretty decently.
Maybe, but he's from the future.
So?
I'm just saying, like, we don't have anything that really deals with the future in the Marvel universe.
2099.
Yeah, but
Mega Man X is from the future.
True.
There you go, Mega Man X. But from Marvel, I don't think it's any surprise to anyone. My most wanted character is Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, I figured as much.
And I think she has a good shot this time around. Especially if X-Men don't.
I can see that,
yeah. She is a fan favorite character. You know, and she has moves that they could totally do, you know? Mm-hmm. She's a very malleable character. They could do a lot with her if they want.
Yeah. They could kind of make her any way they would want to.
Yeah. So I feel like Squirrel Girl should probably be in. What about you? Who do you think should be in?
So I kind of got like a realistic choice and then a choice that I would really want to see. So I'm gonna go with the realistic. Like for Capcom, I would really like to see Akira Kazama from Rival Schools because she was gonna be in All Stars.
I didn't know her or Batsu. I couldn't decide.
Well, because Batsu's really cool, and I would love any Rival Schools character.
Because they're like co-stars of that franchise.
Kinda, yeah. But it's just like they were both gonna be in Capcom All Stars. Capcom All Stars got canceled. Batsu made it in TVC. I would have loved any Rival Schools in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But I feel like it'd be cool to have Akira as well in this one. I think she could fit well, even be like a street level hero technically. You know,
yeah. She basically is.
Yeah. I really like her fighting style. She uses Baji-Kwan, and I want to see her do Tetsuzanko, shoulder charge. I love that move more than anything else in most games. Unrealistic, and what I think would really fit in is Simone. Do you know who Simone is? You remember Cannon Spike, the top-down shooter?
Oh,
she was
cyborg, right?
Yeah, she was Capcom's answer to we don't own the rights to Lieutenant Lin Kurosawa from Aliens vs. Predator.
Yeah.
So we'll just make the black, short, pink-haired version of her, Simone. I'm like, yeah, just bring her back. She can fit. I mean, they're going to probably be fighting aliens in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite anyway.
She can beat Misty Knight.
Yeah. Totally. Like, awesome moveset. Already pretty much played like a fighting game character. Cyborg. It's not really too far-fetched.
Yeah. She would be great. She to me could have easily been Ingrid.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, this is a character who doesn't really have her own game that we put in everything.
Yeah.
But it just kind of went to Ingrid.
Yeah.
But I feel like, were you saying her name is Simone?
Yeah.
She could have easily been that.
Yeah, totally. I would really love to see her
somewhere out there. There's a universe where that is the case, where she's in like Project Cross Zone and all those Capcom crossovers.
Yeah, like I get it. We probably will never see Lin Kurosawa again, but we have Simone. Like we don't need Kurosawa back. It'd be great. Maybe give her an alternate costume where she has long hair and lighter skin or something. But a little aside from that as well, if we do get Cannon Spike characters, if Arthur comes back, give him Cannon Spike Arthur with the big armor suit.
I was disappointed that wasn't in Marvel 3.
Where it's like, nah, we're not doing this old crappy armor.
That could be what was special is he gets this future flame armor.
Yeah, it's like we gotta fight Iron Man.
Yeah,
let's get Arthur to deal with this.
But no, they didn't do that.
Okay,
but they could totally do it this time.
So again, like going back into like his obvious Marvel choice, I would really like to see kind of realistic. I'm not entirely sure. Luke Cage be in the game.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that counts. Does TV count as cinematic universe? Would they promote TV in the game?
Oh yeah.
Because like,
of course,
I would also like.
I think would.
Because with that, side note,
I know the movie studio and the TV studio don't get along, but
it's still their bread and butter. They're still
their bread and butter.
It.
They're still promoting it, exactly.
So I would really like to see Luke Cage. Again, a little side note. If that's the case, it'd be really cool to see Punisher in the game. Because Capcom made the Punisher beat him up way back in the day with Nick Fury.
Yeah, he teamed up with Nick Fury.
So if we saw some of that stuff again, like that would be really cool. Like make reference to all those old games. He'd have a move where he just like drops a grenade on the floor, he pulls out his knife, or he just pulls out the gun and just shoots really fast. That'd be kind of cool. More unrealistic.
It'd be really cool too if his character theme was one of the songs from the Punisher game too.
Yeah. So here's another unrealistic. I forget her actual name, but for a while she went as Photon. She was in the Captain Marvel comics for a while.
Yeah, she's been known as Photon, Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she was.
She's what's her name really? Monica Rambeau or something like that. She was one of the Next Wave.
I would really like her because
she's part of the Ultimates now.
Yeah, because she knows Captain Marvel, so like it'd be cool to have
interactions.
Yeah, and like just to see like in the story or when they tag in between because they've had a history with each other, so that'd be really cool as well. That's a bit more of the far-fetched, and you still get a little bit of the Next Wave humor in there.
She's obscure.
But, she exists in the realm. It's not too far off.
I will say, I will name one more Capcom character I would love to see, and that is Gene from God Hand.
Oh, well, that's everybody wants Gene.
Everyone wants Gene.
Apparently he was supposedly about to get in 3.
Really? Yeah.
But he didn't make the cut. Him and X didn't make the cut, from what I hear. Gene would fit, because he's just ridiculously strong.
Is kind of a segue to the next part. The level we saw them fight in, the only level we've seen from the cinematic and trailer, is like a weird mashup of what I think is Mega Man X World and Asgard. And the whole thing, Thor, I think would tie in very well with God Hand, God of Thunder, Odin, all that stuff. I think would work pretty well together.
What's really cool about Gene too is that he's ridiculously strong, and yet he's still very much mortal.
Yes,
like
he's very flawed.
You get hurt a lot, yeah. He's like a normal guy.
Yeah,
he can dodge like anything, but he's got a God hand, but it's not like he's a god himself.
No, yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, so as I was saying before, I think I got a picture here for us to reference. But as you can see here, it would very clearly they're fighting on a crumbling rainbow bridge leading to like a gold Odin room with weird tech on top.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the left, there's Future City.
Yeah.
It's because at first I was like, is that New York? But like as I was going through the trailer, you see a building with like weird orange pillars, like kind of folding in the front, kind of looking like some stuff from Mega Man X, right?
Yeah. So another great thing about it is like, yeah, it seems kind of like the X intro highway stage from X1, but it seems
yes,
like
because there's a truck.
Yeah.
There's a truck from Mega Man X there.
But not only that, Mega Man X's armor when he does the armor super is his X1 armor, and I'm just thinking like, is this whole moveset only going to be X1? Because if it is, I'm totally fine with that. X1 is the best X game, better than X4, better than any other X game. X8, X6, X5 lovers out there. Too bad. X1 is the best gameplay, best music, best layout. When you beat certain levels, you go to other levels and it alters how it plays. X1 is the best X game.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
The only issue
never really
is
played anyone enough.
when he does a charge buster shot, he does the X4 like pull back rather than the shield and double helix pink beam that he shoots out. So I mean,
it might be a bit of a hybrid of stuff.
Yeah,
but you're right. It looks like the Rainbow Bridge is crossed with that first scene from Mega Man X,
the highway scene.
I didn't even think of that. The truck, because in my reaction video, I point out that there's a truck that very obviously looks like it's from Mega Man X. I didn't make that connection.
Yeah, he's X1 X.
So,
probably.
Do you think all the levels will be mashups of Capcom and Marvel locations, or is this a story location?
This might just be a story location. I'm sure we could see other things that have this kind of crossover, but I don't think necessarily they all have to be. Like, we'll probably get like Helicarrier stage or something, unless they since they really want X, that's gonna really match up with X a lot, where it's just like it's the Helicarrier, but then it's also Storm Eagle stage, and you're climbing on top of his ship and going to fight him. Yeah, who knows?
So yeah, moving on there to the story. So as we can see, it looks like there's some kind of infection in Asgard. Some kind of weird techno things on top. And in the trailer, we see a mysterious bad guy sitting in Odin's throne with tech all over the place. And he's got like the glowing eyes here and the eyes on the chest. People are speculating that is some kind of fusion between Ultron and Sigma.
Yeah,
because it looks like he's got Sigma's cape.
Yeah, he looks like Sigma, and
he looks like Ultron.
Yeah, so I mean, I didn't doubt that by any stretch of the means.
And it ties into with what they officially have said, which is one of the reasons they pick X is because they really want the story to revolve a little bit around him.
Yeah, and who fights X? And then Iron Man was also shown immediately.
Yeah.
And who created Ultron?
Hank Pym.
Yeah, well, he did, yeah. But,
But if it's really truly based on the cinematic universe,
exactly.
then it would be Iron Man. I am excited for that possibility, that the bad guy is Sigma and Ultron combined.
Yeah. Because before, it was usually just Marvel bad guys and then Abyss.
Marvel bad guy or Abyss.
Yeah. Who cares?
And then like in Tatsunoko, it was a Capcom bad guy. But with Marvel, they always pick a big... Because the Marvel has the arguably more powerful villains.
Oh, you know who else I'd like to see? A character from Lost Planet or EX Troopers. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you think Ultron or Sigma will be playable?
Like as by themselves?
By themselves? Or will he get them combined as a playable character?
I mean...
that would be interesting too.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm going to say no.
No.
But it'll be interesting because, every time you beat Sigma, he always turns into something bigger and crazy, so he's definitely already got the boss.
Ultron always comes back.
Yeah.
I mean, if any two characters were to combine, Sigma and Ultron are pretty up there as, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably they could do demon characters too, but Ultron just had a movie, and Sigma's always cool.
I just really think it's weird that if this is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and the Infinity Stones are a part of it, Thanos has to show up.
You would think Thanos would be somehow involved in the at least the end boss, the end game thing, but it looks like they're going with the fusion of the worlds storyline where their things are combining in weird ways, and both worlds will be destroyed if they don't stop it. And the Infinity Stones are probably being used to make this happen.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Ultron Sigma got the Infinity Gauntlet, made this happen, and then the things scattered like Dragon Balls, and, and now everyone has to find them in the story mode or something.
Yeah, who knows?
It could be the case. All right, second to last thing, 2017. You buy that at all? I don't think it's gonna make 2017.
I think you can, but they're gonna have to DLC a lot of it.
That's the thing. I don't know if they should.
I don't know if they should.
They might, due to contractual reasons, have to.
Yeah.
But I could easily see this being pushed back to 2018.
Yeah, like at least like super early, like February.
Yeah,
2018.
yeah. But I mean, because
it looks pretty
almost
alpha.
2017 now.
Yeah, it looks pretty alpha.
And we just finding about it now, so.
I mean, I guess if it's November or December.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even then.
Yeah. All right. Last topic. Very last topic, I swear. What is your most wanted non-character related thing to see in this game?
Non-character related thing?
Yeah. Like, what do you like, system or concept? Like, what do you want to see from this game that's not character related? Because we were talking about characters.
Yeah. I probably got a couple things. I definitely would like to see certain stages come back, or certain like worlds. Like, one of the coolest stages is the one from Darkstalkers, where you fight on the side of a building. I forget what it's called.
Oh.
It's called like Arrogant Tower or something like that. But like you see helicopters and stuff, but you're actually fighting on the side of the building, and like that was really cool. I would like to see also like I really like this in Marvel 3. When you were at the parade fighting, like you would super jump, and the photographer would also super jump, like to follow you. Like I really like the whole like, because these two worlds collided. Like everybody's like kind of gotten more of the Marvel universe like power. Like I'd like to see little things like that like happen.
So I remember people, because there were two photographers, one that would always roll to the side to catch you, one that would jump high to catch you. People expect like the one who rolls was Frank West, and the one that jumps was Peter Parker.
I mean, it could be.
But yes, that would also yes, I would enjoy that quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it just I want to see a lot of cool visual things. I like to see a lot of character interactions, like intros where like they show up and they talk, kind of like a Mortal Kombat. Or something.
My favorite thing from Marvel's Capcom 3 was the character interaction stuff.
Yeah.
The beginning of the level, they say stuff to each other. At the end, they say stuff to each other. And when you switch between characters, they call out to each other. And sometimes, if they know each other, they'll use their real names or a nickname.
Yeah.
That stuff I really love.
Yeah. Your world building stuff.
Yeah. I also love, all the endings and stuff. So my most wanted thing is story element stuff. I know we're getting supposedly an epic story. I want it to actually be an epic story. I want to...
Do you think that you could ever see, like, even if it was just, like, animated, a Marvel vs. Capcom movie?
Oh, that would be so cool. It would have to be animated.
Yeah.
And it would have to be, like, packaged in with the game. I think we're going to get a lot of really cool cutscenes, and that on YouTube that'll live on as a movie. I think that's probably the best we could hope for in terms of that. But I am excited that it looks like we're getting... Worlds are colliding literally, and that the final boss is a fusion of two villains. I like that stuff. I want to see more of that, and I want to see more characters be
I like the
around it. I really want it to be... We'll see, I don't know. My preference would be for each character to get their own like little story mode that when put together you can make like a timeline of stuff that happens. I don't think they're going to do that. It's probably going to be more Mortal Kombat, where most of the characters you'll play as through a certain section of a larger story.
I like the collaborative effort though. Like I want to see I want to see more like them like actually like getting together, brainstorming, and being like, let's make this the best we can.
Because like you said, like Rogue being able to do the Satsu no Hado, super cool.
Yeah.
Mega Man being able to learn a move from not Apocalypse. We keep forgetting his name. Onslaught.
Yeah.
He's able to. You can play this Onslaught Mega Man. There's a cheat code you can do. After you beat the game with Mega Man, his ending says he learned the move. Yeah. You can actually use that move.
Yeah, that's Magneto's Magnetic Tempest.
Yeah.
He just shoots it out.
Stuff like that is awesome because I love it when because one character learns something from another universe, if they could feasibly learn it, let them learn it.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to see that kind of thing in the story mode. I want to see, like, Iron Man... Or no, I want to see Mega Man X get, like, an Iron Man upgrade. Or, like, get an arc reactor or something in the story and just do something cool with that.
Oh, so, yeah. So, obviously, in Namco Cross Capcom, X uses the Shinku Hadouken. And when he does the super... Do you think we'll be seeing that as one of his supers in this game, where he does the Shinku Hadouken, or like...
That would be interesting.
I really want to see also team-up techniques, like actual team-up techniques.
Oh, yes, that would be great.
So, double Shinku Hadouken and stuff, because, you know, even in Marvel vs. Capcom 1, very few, but there was the double Atomic Buster with Hulk and Zangief. If you did a team super, they both just grabbed him, jumped in the air, dropped it down, and lost a bunch of health. And yeah, it took 2 meters. So, like... There's always probably going to be, like, crossover supers, but I want to see, like, actual team-up supers.
So a specific super for 2 characters.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
To have a super blast between Mega Man and Iron Man together. Or, off the top of my head, let's say Squirrel Girl and Dan do something. I don't know if it was equivalent from Capcom would be.
Blanca and Captain Marvel. Blanca charges her up.
Yeah.
Like a battery pack.
She turns super binary. Or like, I don't know, Morgan trying to seduce Captain America, it doesn't work, and that's somehow an attack. Just I think that's a lot of cool ideas. I think we are both excited for this game. And Ultimate Marvel 3 is now available on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, and it's going to be on Xbox One and PC in March.
So
wait for your platform of choice.
Yeah.
Get the PS4 one now. The netcode isn't any better, so be aware of that. So maybe wait for the PC release. I mean, nobody's probably going to fix it or anything, but there'll probably be mods. So,
that's true, mods. I didn't think of that because like,
people can maybe like make their own balance patches after they break it down. Be like, it's okay, we have Marvel 3 forever.
Put their own characters in.
Project Marvel.
Project M for Marvel.
Project House of M.
So, what do you think? Any comebacks to anything we've said? What do you want to see? Who do you really want to see in this game? What story elements would you love to see? Say in the comments or tweet at us or whatever.
Yeah, I mean...
you can like the video or subscribe if you want. No one's making you do anything. You don't even have to watch this. We play video games together sometimes, like Lego Dimensions. Check that out if you want. It's pretty popular. I mean, for us anyway. Check out Anthony's podcast. I'm sure he's already talked about this game.
Oh, yeah.
On Super Desperation Radio.
Yeah.
A link in the description for that. Check it out. They got all the inside information. And just, have a good day, I guess. Just, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know what to go with
this holiday season, don't do anything too crazy.
Yeah. Final justice.